Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, what up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. It's the Monday Night Football Blitz. 7 o'clock. Hopefully, y'all got your notifications. Tell your friend that tells a friend and tell a friend. We are starting at 7 o'clock from now on this today, man. So make sure you check us out. Hey, at the sound of my voice, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also hit the bells for all the notifications. And on the podcast side, y'all do what? Y'all know what it is. Give us that 5-star review. Let us know how we're doing on Spotify, on Apple, all those good things, man. But hey, let's meet the crew. We got going from left to right on my screen or on your screen, hopefully too. We got the DA. DA, what's up, man? Good morning, good afternoon. I should say good evening here in the East. What's happening, bro? How are you?
What's poppin'?
Yep, you know what it is. Appreciate you, bro.
We're in, yeah. Hey, Debbie, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, shout out, 7 o'clock, yes. The Angry One, what's up, sir? How are you today?
What's going on, peoples? Monday Night Blitz, Sports Chasers Monday. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yep, shout out to all those in the comments. Thank you for World of Enzo and Debbie checking in. Appreciate y'all on Twitch.
Who is Enzo? Who's that? What's that?
I don't know. Somebody we just know.
What's popping, world? I don't know if you're the guy that tried to shout me out, but hey, I hope not.
Gotcha. We got D-Dubs. What's up, D-Dubs? What's happening?
What's popping? What's good, man? Monday night, do it again, man. What's up, family? How's everybody?
Mr. Jefferson?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, we got my main man, Mike Mills. Mike Mills, what's up, Mike? Mike, fresh back from vacay and the Ravens win and all that stuff. What's
The
good?
running man.
Greetings and salutations. Take that hat off.
Oh, which one, man?
You,
the one that answered.
Yeah, because he'll put another one on, Mike, so you know what it is.
Nothing to me.
Yeah, you're going to have to wear another one next week. You have on the Eagles next week. So.
Hey, man, friends to none of them, man.
You better not put no Eagles hat on.
Friends to none of them.
I will walk off the set like Kenny the Jet Smith. Don't put no Eagles hat on.
Oh, man, come on, fam. Yo,
all
man.
Pennsylvania, brother.
Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, man. What you
Welcome,
talking about,
Enzo.
man?
Welcome.
Stand up, man, for Philly.
Yeah.
My
Appreciate
man.
that, Enzo. Appreciate that, man, for checking us out. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
Got my man Gilly doing his Philly dance. He all over the internet. He popping, bro.
Wild.
He
popping.
He look like have an asthma attack out there. So.
Leave Gilly alone, bro.
Yeah, Gilly crack me up, man. Shout out to
he on it now.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles. We'll get to the NFL in a little bit. We'll talk about the NFL here in their games. But we'll focus here on college football. The college football playoffs is nearing to an end. We got the national championship game getting ready to come upon us between Notre Dame and the Ohio State Buckeyes, man. But we'll talk about the games that transpired on this past Thursday and Friday, as we didn't get an opportunity to get to them. So, hey, without further ado, let's get to this Notre Dame game here. That was the Orange Bowl down in Miami Gardens and right outside Miami. Let me go from the AP from CBS Sports. Make sure you check out CBS Sports. It's on our ticker on sportschaserspodcast.net. Make sure you check us out. And let me just get to it real quick here. Penn State quarterback Drew Allah said he was trying to throw the ball into the ground. Notre Dame defensive back Christian Gray drove for it anyway, and in the luck of the Irish, the ball ended up right in his hands. A few seconds later, Gray and Notre Dame found themselves with a spot in the national title game at the thriller-minute 27-24 victory Thursday night in the Orange Bowl. Gray's snag of Allah's ill-advised pass across the middle of the Penn State's 42 with 33 seconds left set up a 19-yard drive that ended with Mitch Jeter's winning 41-yard field goal. The Irish who was 14-1, seeded 7th in this, the first 12-team college playoff, will have a chance to bring their 12th title and their first since 1988 back under the Golden Dome with a game January 20th in Atlanta. Their opponent will be that, as I just said, Ohio State. He said, just cast the ball, Gray said about his interception. That was going through my mind, and I knew I was going to make the play. Alar explained he saw his first 2 options covered on the play. Then he wanted to throw the ball into the dirt, but the throw under pressure and across his body didn't even have enough zip on it and receiver Omari Evans or the ground before Gray slid in. Honestly, I was just trying to dirt it at his feet, said the junior quarterback. I should have thrown away when I saw the first 2 progressions were not open. I didn't execute. It was the most memorable play of the game, and that was the best of what's been a sleepy few weeks of playoff football. I'm with him. It featured 3 ties and 3 lead changes, along with 31 points in the fourth quarter alone, man. And I'll start reading right there. Good game, down to the wire. You know, we had a couple of comments. Hold on, man. Can I please get mine off first? And I'll let
sir. I'm sorry, brother. My bad.
Because I actually was going to defend you. See?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was going to say, from a standpoint, good game. It was a close game. Yeah. And all those that were crying this weekend, because some of them was crying on YouTube, because we said that, some of us said, and I said it, and DA said it, hey, Notre Dame's offense is not that good, or for a better lack of terms, not as explosive.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I was going to say, DA.
Yes, sir.
Whiz. Now I'll stop and I'll give it to you.
Listen, man,
this is
a game with 2 bad offenses.
Both
teams had horrible offenses. That's part one. If you look at the first half of that football, they could barely get a first down if the quarterback for ND wasn't running. And that was the only thing on the report. If you don't let the quarterback run for his 15 to 20 yards here and there, you win the game, Penn State. But they couldn't do that. So, with that said, you are sitting at home, Mr. Franklin, once again at the door of the party, but don't have enough dough to get in. So, that's where he's at. Listen, I don't think Notre Dame is a bad team. Evidently, they're not. They didn't play anybody all year, but the games they had to play, they won. I do not believe they have a great offense, nor do I believe they have a great defense. Neither one are good. You could see Penn State doing things to them, and I was like, wow. But with that said, congratulations on the brother for getting there as a coach. First, I think African-American head coach.
Not your brother.
Yeah, he's not my brother, but hey, brother.
Not your brother, sir.
Yeah, he wears tight pants. He's not my brother. But
need you to stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused on the right track. But he Brother Freeman is listen, he can play. He has a good team. They have they don't state it, but I've heard that their NIL money is up there with everybody else's, somewhere near 20 mil for the squad. They don't put theirs out there because they're a Catholic school. And they don't have a conference, and I guess they don't have to. But whatever. But so I think they are going to get the crap kicked out of them next week. But hey, man, welcome back, guys. Yay, Notre Dame. Da, 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, there. That's my Notre Dame thing.
Mike Mills, your thoughts on Notre Dame?
Sounds like some hating stuff.
I actually agree with DA. I agree with DA. I think he's right. I mean, Notre Dame isn't the prettiest team offensively, but they've been playing some physical teams and they've been matching it and doing what they're supposed to do. I don't know I don't think they're gonna do that next week, but shout out to them for playing who's in front of them and getting where they need to go.
Indeed.
Yeah, I got you. E, the angry one, what you got?
Yeah, I'm just echo what Mike just said, because I was going to say the same thing, man. We've been saying on this show every week during this college season. Who looks like what and what looks like what and who hasn't played anybody and so on and so forth. So that's why I said I'm rooting for Notre Dame because I'm in agreement. They have not played anybody. And you might as well throw Penn State in there too, because who did Penn State beat this year? So
nobody.
We'll see next week. You know, Ohio State. Don't take them lightly because I'm gonna talk about you next week on this show.
Nobody.
Week after, whenever.
Nobody.
We can't.
Who can
This
love you
right
like
here will
me?
prove.
Nobody.
This right here will prove.
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois love you.
Northern Illinois.
Everybody crying at the end of the game.
Northern Illinois is the national champion, technically.
Right now. Yes, sir.
Right now, they looking like it.
Could y'all let Eric finish, please? Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
I would just finish with this. I guess that was it strength of schedule don't mean nothing if Notre Dame wins this year.
Not to talk.
I'll end it with that. At least for 1 year.
Well, let's tap into this. And I've heard some guys talking, some of the pundits just talking this weekend about now everybody's saying what we've been saying, you know, and this is not the poo-poo on Notre Dame, but I guess it is, right? You know, why don't y'all get in the conference? We know why we won't get in the conference, because of money. We all know that, man.
Of course, there you go.
Yeah. But does it make it fair? You know, fair is what they say you pay to get on the bus, but does it make it right for the other teams? Because like you said, Notre Dame, what was their best win of the season? Can we think? I'll wait.
Army.
What is fair? You had a team. I'm gonna be like Ryan. Guys. We had a team that went 14-0 last year.
Well,
undefeated. They didn't make it. So what is fair?
Oh, Ryan.
What
is fair,
NCAA,
that doesn't exist.
And just going with E, the NCAA is not trying to right no wrongs.
Nope.
So I would assume that if Notre Dame is going to be allowed to stay outside of a conference, there has to be I'll say ruling body, because everybody else's schedule is done by their conference. So being that you don't have a conference, no one is making sure that you play if you are affiliated with the ACC. No one is making sure that you're playing Clemson or Miami or Louisville. So you go through a whole year and don't play any of those teams?
I was thinking, and I don't know if this can be logistically well done. The rest of their sports, they're all affiliated with the ACC. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let them play a couple ACC people, and
they do, Kev. They just don't play no good ones. They'll play Boston College,
Louisville,
NC State, they won't.
They play the others.
Yeah, they didn't even play Louisville this year.
No, they play Louisville this year.
Yeah, they play Louisville. That's right. Yeah, thank you, Michael.
They won Louisville 31-24.
They didn't play Clemson.
Yeah, don't forget Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. They played all of them.
You know they got to play their rivals. They rival Stanford and USC. They rivals. Quote unquote.
Stanford and USC both were not really good this year.
Yeah, they smoked Stanford 49-7. So,
yeah. Shout out to the hockey guy. He just mentioned. He says ND gets $20 million for a championship game, and Ohio State gets 1.5
because they got to share with the Big Ten. And guess what Notre Dame doesn't have to do?
Doesn't have to share.
So share and fair both don't happen.
Share is not caring with Notre Dame.
So
but you guys are just poo-pooing on Notre Dame.
I'm not poo-pooing on nothing. You'd smell it if I was. I'm not. Listen, man. I've been saying since way back when they ain't playing nobody. At least back in the days. They played somebody, man. They had a schedule. Like when they played Boston College was good. They was playing USC back in the days. They had a little something with them. You know, I mean, now look, come on, man. My problem is, and Michael said this, and now that's why you really, for real, you can't get like really mad at them. They played the schedule in front of them. That's the problem with college football. It's the schedule in front of you. That is your issue. Everybody has to have some sort of equality, and I don't want to use that word, but in their schedules, man. Like, you got to play 4 hard. Come on, please.
I mean,
Give me
well,
4 hard games a year. 4.
D, I mean, is it Notre Dame's fault that they played Florida State and Florida State was horrible this year?
Nope.
No.
It's not their fault.
But that's conference. They don't play an out of conference schedule. But everything's out of conference, right? So anything can count for that.
Okay.
Right? But other schools got to play, Oregon has to play they used to have to play an SEC school every year. Right? That's why Georgia used to beat the heads in every year. Right? Or then you would have Ohio State playing a school in the Big 12 every year. They don't have an out-of-conference schedule, so you can't poo-poo them on their lack of out-of-conference schedule.
I got you. Well,
They got the best
USC
of
was a
both
tough
worlds.
game for them.
USC wasn't no good. Shouldn't have been a tough game for them.
No.
Everybody else is walking USC up and down the field.
Oh, brother, I'm just giving you what.
I know what it was.
Not told a lie yet.
Yo, bro.
I know what the game was. I watched the game.
Like
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. This is not what you like to hear, brother. But this is.
I mean, what I'm saying was it wasn't a good win because they wasn't a good team. Like, no team that beat USC this year got to the end was like, yo, but we beat US. No, okay. Well, yo, we beat. No. Because it didn't matter. Beating USC didn't matter.
Okay. The question. So if they go up,
let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
They go up and beat Ohio State. What are you gonna say then?
I'm gonna say they beat Ohio State. Good game.
They're the champions.
They're champions.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they
Look,
are
let me ask y'all
one of the
this,
better,
though.
one of the 12 teams that made it.
Well,
That was put in.
That's where the problem starts.
Right. Go ahead, E. I'm sorry.
Well, there go my answer. Because I was gonna ask if we still had the
They
BCS,
wouldn't have made it.
would we be having this conversation?
They wouldn't be here. And that's where I said,
So how did they get here?
Everybody should say if the BCS, and I'm not saying BCS is perfect. I'm just saying if the BCS was here, would your team be playing?
It'd be somebody else, and we still be complaining. So I mean,
Yes, but they at least would have won a game.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Um,
I mean, they're 14-1. 14-1. And the one is Northern Directional Illinois.
Well,
You don't come back from that, man. You lost to the D2 school. Oh, they're a different team now than they were in the beginning of the year. They fucked up. Heck right they were.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Self-correcting. This is a simulated BCS. I think I showed this before a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So here's if the simulated the BCS, Notre Dame would make it. They would be number 3.
Yeah, that's still not right.
What
I could be wrong. Like I said, PTI don't matter, right? Strength of schedule doesn't matter anymore. RPI, sorry. It's fine. It's fine. I'm cool. I'm not a coach.
I mean, they was top 25. They was top 5. They was number 5, ranked 5 going into it.
Ranked 5. Like Indiana should have been ranked 3. Remember that week?
Indiana. Oh.
Remember that week?
Come on, D. Come on. I don't even think it.
Remember that week?
He's on the roll tonight.
Out of the 12 teams, man, Indiana should. We could have left Indiana out of here.
Yeah. 2 weeks before the final thing.
I mean, who did Indiana play?
Doing the vote.
If we going to do that,
Indiana was ranked
the Big Ten,
Titan 5. They were top 5.
Okay.
And they lost one game, and they went to 37 or something. They was in the Idaho Potato Bowl. They lost one game. And was in the Idaho Potato Bowl.
Okay.
So what are we saying? You play a whole schedule and don't beat anybody? I'm not mad at Notre Dame.
Indiana ain't played nobody.
Indiana ain't playing nobody.
I'm looking at these schedule.
Well, I'm just saying in the Big Ten,
they played Michigan.
You look at the Big Ten. If I drop Notre Dame in the Big Ten, man, what we talking about? They third. They behind. They'll beat Oregon.
They
They'll
fifth.
beat Northwestern. They'll beat Nebraska.
They
They'll beat
wouldn't
them
beat
Minnesota.
Oregon. They probably wouldn't beat Oregon, and they probably wouldn't beat Ohio State.
They proved they beat a Penn State,
So that's
Purdue,
3.
Rutgers, UCLA,
There's
USC.
3.
They beat them. Washington.
There's 3 in that conference.
In that conference? Okay. All right.
And number 3, right? Is that consensus?
They 4 because Michigan is on a rebuild. Michigan wasn't on a rebuild.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I mean, on the regular year.
Okay.
But I'm saying if you drop them in there right now, and that's a great exercise, D, to be totally honest with you.
Yes.
Take your favorite team, drop
Take
them
your
in
team
the
and drop
conference,
them in the conference. Exactly. That's what I just did.
Because I think if you drop them in the Big Ten, they get beat by Oregon and they get beat by Ohio State. And it's not so much that the teams are that much better, D, but this is what you got to understand. When you're in a conference, you may roll the dice and get Michigan 1 week, which is maybe a game that, say this year, Notre Dame can win, right?
I get you. Yeah.
But Notre Dame, but Michigan's a physical team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they beat them up a little bit. And then the next week, you got Ohio State.
Right.
Or then the next week, you got Penn State. Or the next week, you got Oregon. They don't get that now. They get Boston College. And then the next week, James Madison.
Whoa. James Madison was pretty good there.
I didn't say James Madison was bad, fellas.
I know.
That's what they got.
It's just, okay, I got you.
That's all I'm saying.
And
they get Northern
they're
Illinois.
being rewarded for beating everybody but Northern Illinois.
Yes. So that's all I'm saying. And that's a good exercise, D, that I think we should use all the time. Drop a team in the conference and let's talk about it.
Let's drop Notre Dame in the SEC. The SEC.
It don't look good for them there.
That's like they 5th or 6th.
Oh no, but they lost this many bowl games this year.
I think South Carolina could take them this year.
But that doesn't matter, Kev. But if, like you said, if you got to play South Carolina 1 week, then you get Alabama, then you go to Vandy for a week, and then you get Texas. That's what, and then you get Georgia, because that's what everybody else in the SEC has to do.
Hey, man, I want to shout out to my chief, man, because it's going to sound like Notre Dame slander up here. Chief, I apologize.
No, hey, Chief,
Nah, it's no slander. No slander.
Yeah. I'm not mad. I used to like them when Ricky Running Waters and all them thugs was up there in the Catholic school. Cats not going to class. Back in the day, Rocket Ishmael and his brother getting in.
They ain't going to class now.
And go they're getting the money now, boy. They getting that money then too. Yeah, because Lake Dawson said he got a car.
Kev, I just want to pivot real quick before we get so it's Ohio State, and I just want to go around real quick, and then I got another question. Who y'all got for the championship game?
Ohio State, easy.
Okay. E.
Ohio State.
Okay, Mike. E.
I'm going Notre Dame because I want to hear this talk next week.
Oh, Ryan Day's going to be out of a job if they lose. That's the talk.
Oh, now we're going to say he's out of a job.
I don't think he should be, period. But, that's just the way those folks are in Ohio.
Gotcha. I mean, I
Something
think Ohio
State. About him. They don't like that dude for something.
Yeah, I think Ohio State is the better team, but I'm with E. I'm going to roll with Notre Dame.
Rudy. Rudy.
Okay, what do you got?
I got Notre Dame. I'm going Notre Dame.
Rudy.
Okay.
Rudy.
And
I hate both of these. No, don't hate. I have a dislike for both these teams.
Yeah, I don't care for neither one of them.
I don't like Notre Dame more because of Brian Kelly, but
they have a lot of it might be a little young, but they got a lot of coaching things they did. They hired a dude that said he had a degree and didn't have a degree. That was a dude that came from Boston College down there. Then they had old boy from the Patriots, big boy, who took all of the other brothers' players and went to national championship. Got smashed though.
Cornell.
Nah, what's the dude name? Weiss?
Oh, Charlie Weiss. Yeah,
Charlie Weiss. Because those Tyrone Whittingham's kids that he recruited, and they got rid of Whittingham, and they brought this guy in, and he went there and got straight smashed by Alabama. And they haven't really they've been trying to find a coach ever since then. So
Dan Sanders, Ohio State. Okay.
Everybody wants your boy back. Yeah. What's your boy out there in Ohio State, Kev? Or was that Florida? on TV now. What's dude's name, man?
Rex? No, I'm joking with you.
No, Rex take any job. Rex Ryan take. I can do that. Rex said he could do any job.
The Jets need to hire Rex back.
I think Rex interviewed, man.
They did interview.
They better hire him.
They did interview.
I'll get his ass off television. Shoot, I'll take him. Get him off of TV.
All right.
Get him off of TV.
Okay, go ahead.
So the Buckeyes, they beat Texas. That game 28-14, as we know, and they had the big scoop and score by what's his name here, Jack Sawyer.
Yes.
And that pretty much put a dent in that game and propel Ohio State to the victory. I'll just give it to DA real quick. Why didn't Texas win this game, and why did Ohio State win this game?
Ohio State is probably more physical than them. Defense played a little better, and I did believe all season that the stats, I guess, kind of gassed Texas's defense up to be really, really great. And it wasn't really, really great. It was good. And Ewers, the quarterback,
yes,
he's got a lot of Jared Goff in him, man. Like, he's prone to make a real bonehead mistake. So there's times where I think Sarkisian really should have put Arch Manning in just to run or do something, because Ewers is like a baseball player. He gets into this rut where he gets bad and things stay bad. Like, he doesn't get bad and get good. He gets bad and stays bad. So that was on the coach, but he won't be there next year, so it kind of won't matter. So that was it. Their defense is not as strong as what people did. A lot of great athletes, a lot of 5-star athletes. And I think they got 4 pros on that defense, point blank, period. But they just don't rock well together like the Cowboys defense. It's the same thing. They just don't rock well together.
Got you. So that should be a very interesting game with that, like I said, with Notre Dame and Ohio State. And like I said, we'll be covering it. We'll pre-cover it next week before that game comes on, I believe on ABC or ESPN. But before we go to the pros, let me just talk about this story real quick. And I just had it. What did I do with the game?
So we get $4 million, D.
Mm-hmm.
The cat from Georgia that throw in the substance getting $4 million from Miami. So y'all get what y'all get, Kev.
Oh.
Who are you talking about?
Beck from Georgia. He moved on to
Miami. Oh, yeah. That's where I was going to go. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Kev.
Why are you addressing to me? I'm not a Hurricane fan, but let me read it. John,
the boys at the job that.
Well, I will tomorrow. Yes.
Water cooler talk.
Yeah.
from John and Chris Hummer of CBS Sports. Miami was willing and able to offer significant compensation to land the nation's top transfer. Georgia's transfer quarterback Carson Beck is expected to receive an NIL package that pays him $4 million in 2025. Sources told CBS Sports. Wow. A massive sum but one that is still less than an initial asking price. Industry sources believe would have shattered the highest paid NIL deal in college football history. Beck, who went 24-3 in 2 years as the Bulldog starter, is the number 1 ranked player in 24/7 Sports transfers Puerto Ricans. Beck's deal with Miami puts him in line with the highest paid college football players in the country. CBS Sports previously reported Tulane transfer quarterback Darian Mensah received what was believed to be a groundbreaking 2-year, $8 million deal with Duke. Dan Everett, co-founder of Everett Sports Management, which represents Beck, declined to discuss specific compensations, but sent along the following statement to CBS Sports. He says this: Miami is a terrific market, and we are pumped for Carson to become a king. As one of the premier faces of college football NIL, we expect his brand portfolio to continue expanding with a premium and national brands. Carson will prioritize teammates' exclusive partnerships that include charitable components. So I'll stop right there. D-Dub's thoughts on this story.
Yeah, I think this is crazy, man. I don't know, man. This transfer portal and this NIL, man, it's going to be. I'll just put it in the chat. It's going to be the death of college football. This collective mixture, this combustible combination, man. I don't know if it's going to be any good, man. After a while, this is going to be crazy. So I just found out. I mean, DA just said the $4 million, and I just looked it up. And I was like, wow, that's unheard of. That's crazy.
Well, it's all new, D, so it's all unheard of. But yeah, that's a lot of money.
But no, I'm just saying. It's just I should say it's very shocking.
I think it's shocking because he's not that good.
And that part too.
I was going to ask that. How many of these Georgia games has he won?
Yeah, he's not none. He's been there, but he had Ladd McConkey last year. He's been there for 2 years. That's how he gets his 20-something and 3, right? So
and McConkey,
he had Ladd McConkey for 2 years. I mean, for a year or two, right? And he had Brock Bowers at the same time. So these are two cats that could probably be rookie of the year right now in the NFL. Then he had running backs before that. So, and the other cat, the short dude that won the other national championship, the first one, he played, got hurt, Brock got a little love then. Beck got a lot of love then. I always go back to this thing, and I'll give it to Mike, is that there are quarterbacks that are, and not, listen. Cam was right. There are game managers, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then there's game changers. He is a game manager. And when he's changing the game, he's changing it to the worst. That means he's throwing the interception. That means he's,
There you go.
That's what I watched. So
he said he's changing it to the worst, though.
Game manager who changes to the worst. So that's a game negative.
If he has to change it, he's going to change it to the worst.
Okay. I got you. Mills, what you got on this?
DA has not told a lie yet today. It is scary. I normally don't agree with him this much.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Yeah. $4 million is a lot. Just like $2 million for the kid that went to Duke. Because I watched them play Kansas State. And he was cool, but he ain't worth a lot. But $4 million is a lot, especially for Carson Beck. I mean, do they think they're getting Cam Ward again? If that's what they're thinking, they're gonna be in for a rude awakening.
Mike, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. I believe that's what they think they're going to get. They're going to get Cam Ward again.
Oh, okay. So if that's what they think, I'm going to tell you first, you're about to be in for a rude awakening. I mean, the ACC defense is all easier, I would say, but we'll see.
This is the same thing that happened to Florida State. When they thought they was getting
but at least Carson could throw on the East Coast. DJ can't throw on the East Coast.
I don't know. Yo, the Florida State fans was crying, boy, this year. They was like, I think after the first two or three games, Florida State fans wanted to jump off a bridge.
Oh, what is this? We thought we was getting good. See, that's what happens. You don't know.
They chased him out of Clemson.
Yeah.
Say it again, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, Bristow, real quick, chime in. Are you guys keeping that receiver at Miami, the one that catches everything? If so, then Carson Beck will be okay. He'll just throw him the ball.
Nah, homie, that's his last year, right?
That's his game. Yeah, that's it. He's done.
That's it for him.
Yeah, okay.
He broke all the receiver records, I believe, and that's it for him. So he ain't got no. I don't know who he got the throw to.
Yeah, and that running back, I forgot who Miami's running back.
We dropped him then, so that catch.
So that's just what it is. Mike, I'm sorry, you have more on this?
No.
Good points on that. That's good points. You and DA are on fire tonight with that. And so is D-Dubs and E with that. E, your thoughts on this whole NIL thing with Beck?
Yo, man. All you Miami fans, I want to hear y'all chant that y'all back next year when this man proves that he is not what you think you get. Hopefully, the supporting cast will keep him afloat, but $4 million for this guy.
It's a lot, right?
We'll see. I've been wrong before, but that's crazy.
Oh, guys, they said he's athletic, he's smart, he's got superior arm talent. He's accurate, he can extend the plays. Oh,
that's what you gotta have to be a D1 quarterback.
They said that about LaMarcus Russell till they found out what his weight was when he weighed in.
Oh man, shout out to LaMarcus.
Great arm talent. Oh, I'm sorry.
He did have great arm talent though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that happens when you don't prepare like how Jamarcus Russell. Shout out to Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, man.
So, you know,
Don't
that's
shout him out. Don't shout him out. No, we don't shout him out.
Oh no, he stole the bag, right, Mike?
Yeah, he's stealing from the kids. We don't shout him out.
Yeah,
No.
true that.
yeah, that's right.
No.
Yeah.
We take our shout out back.
Retraction.
We take it back.
Yeah.
We take it back.
But what I will say, when DeMarcus Russell was in LSU, he had a heck of a team with him, man.
Yeah, he did.
And that's the thing, man. These guys, listen, if you got the same type of team, like Michael said, they'll be fine. But if they don't have the same type of team, they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about another quarterback here, the Michigan quarterback. He looks like he is committing to UNLV. So one guy leaves UNLV, and the Michigan guy, his name is Alex Ohai, he's going to UNL.
Is that the one that played last year at Michigan? That didn't throw the ball? The one that just ran the ball?
I think that guy was his last name was Warren. Warren was the quarterback. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna go to UNLV. Hey, and D asked a question in our private chat, man, about this NIL thing during the time that football is still going on. They got to fix this. But who knows? They just got to fix this. They need to fix this when the last game is over. Then they can have their free agent NIL friends and do what they need to do. Go ahead. Yeah, I know I'm asking for too much. Go ahead.
That's all I'm gonna say. Just think about what you're saying. They need to fix it. They're the ones who put themselves in this mess. How are they gonna fix it?
Yeah. I told you why they're not gonna do that, Kev.
Well, yes, because Santa Claus is not real, and the coaches want to be able to leave when they want to leave.
Yes, that's all. If they're doing it, that's what they got to be for the same, right? And they're saying, well, you know what? You can't hold the kids. You can't hold the kids if you can't hold the coaches, because the coaches are out during bowl games. They leaving before the bowl game. So in the middle of a meeting, they just got to call. I'm sorry, son. I'm leaving. I'm going.
I'm going. Hey guys, I'm out.
Hey, can you hold the headphones for me? I'm out, man.
Yeah. So you can't expect the kids to do something that the adults ain't doing.
So you're saying they're not going to hold the coaches to the same fire as the kids?
Oh, hell no, they're not. And
we will continue to have this. Okay, I mean, you're right. I just don't for wishful thinking, and I totally forgot. Shout out to Vanessa for checking us out. Thank you, Mom. Check us out. Thank you so much.
Auntie.
Yeah.
She said, she gave a prayer for DA. She said, I hope you're feeling better. Look at that.
I am. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he almost slipped, Mom, but he recovered. He could recover real quick.
He been raising Cane. He feels just fine. Don't worry.
They had to put them shots in my knees last week, so I'm better now.
Oh man, so that's college football for what it is. It's like I said, we'll check out Notre Dame and Ohio State next week.
January 20th. Yo, who want to see DA in green? Put him in a green T-shirt, bro.
Never.
Yeah, that should be the thing. If they lose next week, you gotta wear some green.
Man.
You need a full.
Man.
Fully clovered shirt, something like that.
Can't do it, man.
Yeah, fam.
Cannot do it, man.
We'll send you a hat, man. We're like, hey, man, put this
on. Willingham. I'm riding for you, Mr. Willingham. We ride out, bro.
We're going to have to do that. We're going to send him a hat, man. Send him a hat, put it on. What's it called? Let me move to the pros. CBS Sports once again from the AP. And this is from Baltimore, Maryland. Lamar Jackson handed off to Derrick Henry, then slid out to the left as he still had the ball. A couple of linebackers shifted into Jackson's path, leaving the middle open for Henry to run through for a 44-yard touchdown. That's the quandary Jackson and Henry created for defensive players. First, they had to figure out who has the ball, and enough people are out of position. Either Baltimore Star can make you pay. Jackson threw for 2 touchdowns, a flawless first half. Henry scored twice while leading Baltimore's devastating running game. And the Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-14 on Saturday night to advance to the second round, the division round of the AFC playoffs. Jackson and Henry had the Steelers chasing shadows all night as Baltimore outrushed Pittsburgh 299 to a paltry 29 yards. It was the most yards rushing allowed by Pittsburgh in a playoff game, breaking the mark of 232 by the Oakland Raiders 51 years ago. My dad's proud, Jack Harbaugh proud right now. He's like to pound the rock. Ravens coach John Harbaugh said Derrick Henry was running hard physically. Lamar started it off. Lamar carried the ball at different times in the first drive or two. The Ravens move on to face either Buffalo or Houston after jumping out. It will be Buffalo because this was reported on the day before to a 21-0 lead and holding on against the AFC North rivals. Baltimore had a 19-2 advantage in first downs in the first half when the Ravens produced touchdown drives of 95, 85, and 90 yards. Henry ran the ball for 186 yards. Mike Mills, you should be absolutely happy. I'm going to give it to you. Your thoughts on this?
I'm not going to say happy because we've seen this movie before. So I'm going to say I'm proud that they did what they were supposed to do. Remember who they are. No Zay Flowers. So, of course, you don't want to too much of the passing game. You don't want to give away too much. So did what you're supposed to do. Hand the ball off and get out the way. Run the ball, play defense, win the game. That's it. That's it. So good job to the Ravens. We need to hide B. Steve. He needs to go on the bench because when they got them points in the second half, it was 5-21. That's exactly what they played.
Yeah.
So we got a game plan for that. But as long as we keep playing like this, running the ball, the Super Bowl is ours. Controlling the clock because we killed the clock. Like, they barely touched the ball that first half.
Yeah, I destroyed the clock. Yes.
Yeah, we beat the clock. That was wonderful. It brought tears to my eyes.
200. Let's go.
Right. So shout out to the Ravens. Let's see if they keep it up because we saw this movie before.
Got you. The angry one. Your thoughts? Ravens, Steelers.
Well, the same thing Mike just said. I thought that was the formula for Pittsburgh Steeler football. I don't know what that was that I watched. Yo, man. What's this? 11 carries for 29 yards. Yeah, that's not going to cut it, man. Not against what you had going on that other team, man. The Ravens did whatever they wanted to do, and that one play. Look. Henry ran damn almost 200 yards by himself, but when you got Lamar stiff arming folks and backpedaling and doing all this crazy Madden stuff, man, come on, man, it's not even fair. I'm like Mike though. I'm not going to get my hopes up high because, again, when they play like this. They are the team to beat because that's how you play football in the playoffs. But we all know who the coach is, so I'm just waiting for an epic face palm at the
for him to do the smartest man in the room routine.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know everything.
We're gonna kidnap him on Friday night because I got $200 on this thing. So he gonna be down here at 111 steeplechase if you're looking for him.
Whoa.
Yo, this dude doxing. Yo.
Doxing himself.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. he met Stapleton, Staten Island.
Yeah. Stapleton, yeah.
But shout out to the Ravens, man. It was very impressive what they did, man. Very impressive.
Shout out to Miss Hard. Thank you for checking. Shout out to Mike Bristol, man. Thank you for checking in, sir.
Yeah.
DA, I'll get back to you, D. D-Dog, your thoughts on the Ravens?
Yo, I think I put it in the chat, man. And Mike just he brought it up about the ball control, man. It was epic, man. When you run the ball like that, that's an effective game when you could control the clock and you just, they pretty much owned it on the Steelers, the whole game. So, clock management. I mean, what was let me get that stat real quick. But they had 39 minutes and 33 seconds time of possession, and the Steelers only had 20 minutes. They only had the ball for 20 minutes. I mean, come on. And hey, shout out to the Steelers because, like I said, Russell Wilson, he didn't play a particularly bad game. He's 20 of 29, 272 TDs. So, I mean, he didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have the ball enough. He didn't have the ball enough.
He sat on the ball too much.
He was definitely on the sideline for a long, long time. So shout out to the Ravens, and just to piggyback off of the rest of the guys. Yeah, man, this is what we thought we was going to see last year when they played Kansas City.
Don't worry, y'all.
Yep.
It didn't happen. So, like I said, let's see if they can get their mind right and
got Buffalo next.
Duplicate. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good game. But I think Lamar Jackson, to me, MVP. I won't be shocked. I would be shocked if they don't give it to him again this year.
Oh, they won't. But
this would be 3, right?
I already gave that out. So
yeah.
Okay.
This will be 3.
This would be 3. I mean, his stats says it all. He's better than Josh Allen.
Well, I'm going to be quiet on that note. But
don't even.
Outside. Y'all don't see why I got my hat on now. I changed my hat because I'm outside with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh,
because they're outside now.
Are you trying to say? Are you trying to tell me something? Is Tomlin outside too?
Oh no. Coach, he already inside. It's just I'm out here talking to the team.
Okay. I've been hearing a lot of Tomlin slander. So
I don't know why they slandering that man. It's
he inside drinking coffee.
Yeah. Like it's sickening. Like even as a Ravens fan, like I could get off my Ravens hood for a minute. But I would love to see him not coaching them. Oh, absolutely, as a Ravens fan. But as a football fan, the man has only gone, what is it? They say 500 over. He's only hit 500 3 times. And every other time he's had a winning record. The only thing he's guilty of is not firing his offensive coordinator. That's the only thing he's guilty of.
That's a fact.
And another thing, Mike, I think me and D.A. Kev was talking about it. He, Tomlin is a victim of his own success because he's been so good, even with mediocre teams. He hasn't been able to get that quarterback.
Are you going to hire?
The
Giants.
My question.
I'll fire Dabo today. Mm-hmm. I'll take him. Shout out to Dante from East Coast Gridiron. East Coast Gridiron's checking in. He said Mike Mills Arthur Smith called a terrible game. Yeah, well,
you always call terrible games. Horrible. Get him out of there.
It's funny. I think the best coordinator that Pittsburgh had was the one that your boy wanted to get rid of.
Who, Matt Canada?
No.
I was about to say, Dan, you about to give Dan a stroke because Dan hated
he was terrible too. What I say? He's only guilty of having bad coordinators.
Dan hates that man. But go ahead.
Dan is right. I agree with Dan. And, you don't be agreeing with Dan either.
I think Dan would go to hell for that one. He's like, yo, man, I can't stand that man.
And when the old boy left, I guess he got old.
You talking about
LeBeau?
Oh yes,
LeBeau left
as a defensive coordinator,
and on the offense. The guy that was there with LeBeau, I guess that might have been what you call him. Oops.
Oh,
that was the dude that went to Tampa Bay and Arizona with the hat. What's the dude with the hat, man? It's Kingo hat, dude.
Kingo.
Oh, I know.
The head coach.
Yeah,
your team, Cal. I mean,
he's with Kansas City. He was with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he was before that. He was with
and he was with
Cardinals.
Dan,
the fly guy. Fly coach.
Guy, man.
Well, Dan, who's your offensive coordinator when LeBeau was there?
The Oakleys. He wore the Oakleys.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name. My God. And
Dan,
I see his face. He won the chip with
with Tampa
Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, man, come on. What's the coach name? Hold on.
Hey, East Coast Gridiron says Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. Yeah. I like Tomlin, but that's unacceptable, especially not making quarterback changes. That falls on him.
Now let me ask you a question, Dante.
The water is stagnant. It's time to move on.
Let me ask you, Dante. When he had Pritchard, who was he changing it to? And then when he had before that, who's the cat from North Carolina? That they got him from Chicago. He wasn't no good either. Like they didn't have any good quarterbacks after Ben Roethlisberger left. Like they haven't had a
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. Yeah.
There you
he
go.
was the coordinator, but he was good. But like I said, they haven't had a good quarterback since
Ben
Roethlisberger left. And I don't think you can name one that was good. They've had some good receivers.
Todd Haley.
Todd Haley was all right. Yeah. He wasn't. Yeah.
No, we was talking about Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians, though, Dan. Sorry. But look, I mean, they've had good receivers. They've had a few good tight ends. They had years when they still had the Pouncies, and they had a good offensive line. They had a damn Army Ranger on the line. They just ain't have nothing else.
I agree with you, DA. Like how I said in the beginning, and Dante, I'll push back on what you said. Yeah, the water might be stagnant, but who are you going to replace him with?
Yeah,
That's my question.
Well, and then you got to also think about it too. Look at all the teams that they had to go against. You had the Patriots, you had the Chiefs, you got Cincinnati, you got. I mean, hell, look at your own division.
Well, most of it was it was just the Patriots.
Just changing the head coach is not going to be the answer to all your woes.
Yeah, and Denver. So,
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Tomlin says, I had enough of you, man. I'm out of here. Y'all go do better, and then he just sit out of the year and just come back, and
But I don't think all that noise is coming from outside of Pittsburgh. Everybody in Pittsburgh love that man. He ain't going nowhere as long as he don't listen to this outside.
I think it's opposite. I'm hearing it's like a lot of the Pittsburgh people, the people, not the national.
Yeah, it's not national. It's the inside.
Local.
It's spoiled.
Yeah,
literally.
They're just spoiled.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good. Yeah, you're right.
But like I said, I think victim of his own success, and Pittsburgh needs to take an L. What DA? What I said?
They got to put that tank on the back.
They got to put a tank. They got to understand tanking is the way to go. They need a quarterback.
That's the problem.
Quarterback.
Well, that's the math, Dante. Is that since they are just borderline good every year, they don't get a top pick. But I don't think you need the top pick. I think you need that sneaky quarterback like Lamar that went to 31. That you get a good quarterback. You ain't got to get one of these top names. With these
but what's crazy?
They may not be the best.
I thought they was going to take Hurts a couple years ago when Hurts fell. They should have took him. I couldn't believe the Eagles picked him because I thought he was going to fall right to the Steelers.
Yeah, I think they were right. Didn't they? Didn't the Eagles just snatch him right before the Eagles? The Steelers did, or did the Steelers let him go?
That I'm gonna have to look up.
Yeah, that I'm not sure. But I mean, the Steelers are a product of their. And Dan said it. Dan says who's the hockey guy on the show, but he's also a avid Steelers fan. He says they won't fire him.
That's not what they do. They only have 3 coaches, man.
Three coaches in the last 45 years. Just think about that. That's just not what they do.
Hey, dog, and it's kind of hard to fire somebody who's 10 and 5? 10 and what do they want to know? How many games they won?
I think they won 10.
12. No, 10. 10 and 7.
Games,
10 and 7.
10 and 7. Okay. 10 games.
The Steelers picked Chase Claypool 4 picks before him at 49.
Yeah, see, I was
okay.
Yep. Yeah, you see where Claypool's at now, right?
Hey, Dante, D-Dubs is our hot seat. How can I say it? Connoisseur. He's our hot seat. D-Dubs, is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat?
No, that's emphatically no. He's not on the hot. I would be surprised, and the Steelers, and there would be so many people knocking at that man's door. I mean, all these people that got who got interview jobs.
He had to work for 50 seconds.
Yeah, bro. If he pretty much could pick what he wants to do. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones would throw a bag, a dump truck of money his way.
He wouldn't take that though. Right.
Yeah.
I don't think you take that back. So.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But back to the Ravens, they look real good, man.
Yeah, Ravens are sharp. Listen,
Sharp.
that's going to be a very good game next week. Buffalo and the Ravens next week.
Let me just touch on this game, even though it really wasn't much of a game. The Texans and the Chargers, the game was 32-12. That was a Saturday afternoon game. Looks like the Texans play that when they're in the playoffs. They play that 3 p.m. slot on Saturdays all the time during the wild card weekend. On Saturday against the LA Chargers, they surpassed Houston. Derek Stingley says the Texans aim to force 3 turnovers a game on Saturday against the LA Chargers. They surpassed that goal with the All-Pro cornerback grabbing 2 of Justin Herbert's career high 4 interceptions to help Houston roll to a 32-12 wild card playoff victory. We're just going out there playing like we've got to get the ball to win, Stingley said. Eric Murray returned with one of the interceptions for a touchdown. CJ Stroud threw a TD pass in Houston's win. Since the merger, quarterbacks are 55, 551, and 2 when throwing 4 or more interceptions in a regular season and just 3 and 33 when doing so in the playoffs. Herbert says, I let the team down. You can't turn the ball over like that and expect to win. I put the team in a tough position.
Yeah, you did.
With 4 turnovers.
Ain't got to tell me.
Yeah, I watched it. I seen it. Yeah,
Cats in the locker room like, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me.
Yeah.
Like I said, that game was pretty much not in doubt. As
Big Bosa, Nick Bosa, what do you think about it? So.
Yeah. I mean, I think Justin Herbert's still getting up off the floor, man. I mean, there was just several plays where I could have sworn that the defense was in the huddle, knowing what was getting called, what was going on the offensive side.
They're supposed to run the ball. They're supposed to be a running team with Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
that's what it's supposed to be. But you know what? And I'll say it, D, and you'll laugh.
He's trying to air it out. He's
got a howitzer for an arm.
Yeah, he got a cannon for an arm.
They keep telling you that Herbert got a howitzer for an arm. And as long as he believes he has a howitzer for an arm, he's going to try things. And guess what happens when he tries things? The other team gets the ball. Point blank, period. And he's a good quarterback. I thought he was a good quarterback coming out of Oregon, but he was never the next coming of anything in Oregon. Never.
So you saying that he needs support, and he can't.
He's had support. He's had teams. He throws the ball to the other team.
So what you saying? Is that just a coaching thing? Is that something that he needs to get coached up, or what?
He has a howitzer for an arm. He's had 3 coaches.
I know what you say.
He's on coach number 3, and he still throws the ball to the other team.
So are you saying he's being brainwashed into thinking that he has that type of
brainwash? This ain't no technology, brother. He believes he can throw the ball through people.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well,
go ahead,
say this.
Mills.
Bring some sanity to this.
All right. So the last coach used to do some dumb counterproductive things, right?
Yes.
So that used to put them in bad positions. So sometimes he had to do that howitzer thing, right? But yesterday, that was all him. Harbaugh normally does a good job of calling the game plan where you limit the errors of the quarterback. I don't know what he had going on yesterday, but because Houston looked bad. Houston is going to get cracked next week if they come out looking like that.
Yeah,
you cannot come out looking like that in the playoffs. I don't know what CJ Stroud got going on in his mind because he be looking like a sad puppy in the first half. I don't know, but you cannot come out in the playoffs looking like that. So I already see Houston going home next round. Shout out to their defense because their defense is solid. They not like that. That was an anomaly. He talking about 3 turnovers. I'm surprised they had that many. But again, howitzer. So
4.
Yeah. 4 turnovers. My bad. I apologize. But yeah, no, I'm talking about when he said they expected to get 3. Like that was bold.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are we past the 30-minute mark? Okay, that was bold as shit. Like you really thought y'all was gonna get that many turnovers? But I digress. Yeah.
San Diego did say that this week was a bye week for them. So
see,
yeah,
they should have shut up.
Yeah.
But shout out to San Diego because they low key overachieved.
Los Angeles.
They really wasn't supposed to be this good. They San Diego. Every time they got powder blue jerseys on, they San Diego.
I know.
So, they San Diego.
Supercharged.
But yeah, man. San Diego overachieved. Let's see what it looks like another year with Harbaugh. Because Herbert did a good job of not throwing interceptions this year. I don't know. He just got a little out of whack yesterday.
So we got hit in the head too hard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So shout out to Houston, but y'all can't play like that next week. Y'all cannot.
We'll come out. Not a chance. E, thoughts on the Chargers and the Texans.
Yo, man. The first half of this game, it was a hard watch. Wasn't nobody really doing anything. It was, you could say it was the defense for both teams, but to me, it was more so the errors of the offense. And again, I point this out every friggin' week for one of these teams, two of these teams, or whatever. We talk about Herbert, right? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Goldilocks got Goldilocks part 2. He got some growing to do, right? And I think Harbaugh will get him there. But again, I will point to Harbaugh. Where's your run game at? That's one of the reasons why Herbert didn't throw so many interceptions, because he didn't have to throw the ball all the damn time. Where was the run game at? It wasn't like you didn't start really losing like that until the second half. Shout out to Houston, but I agree with Mike Mills. They cannot play around and act like they're going to be like these NBA players and wait till the third, fourth quarter to turn it on.
Not with this Chiefs team.
Rolling. Yeah.
Not against this Chiefs team. No.
I will be making nonstop trips. I will be making nonstop trips to Lowe's, to Big Lots, and everywhere else if they come out like that. So, and shout out to Nixon, man, because it seemed like when Nixon started running the ball heavy, it settled the offense down for Houston. So,
and him down too, because with that turnover he had earlier. So, definitely, man. Let me move on to the next game here. Another game that was pretty much in doubt. Not in doubt. In doubt, I should say. Excuse me. From Orchard Park, New York, from upstate New York, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills spread the wealth approach on offense that was so productive in the regular season, proved unstoppable in their playoff opener. Whether it was Allen completing a 24-yard touchdown pass to sliding running back Ty Johnson on fourth down, or James Cook racking up 120 yards rushing, including a 5-yard touchdown run, the Bills leaned on a balanced attack in a 31-7 win over the Denver Broncos in a wildcard playoff game on Sunday. I don't think there were one certain thing over another. We just wanted to come out and execute well. Josh Allen said, at the end of the day, we just wanted to come out and play our best football, and I feel like we did that today, with Allen completing 20 of 26 attempts for 272 yards, passing in 2 touchdowns, and the running game combined for 210 yards. Buffalo methodically wore down the Broncos by scoring on 6 of his first 7 drives in the game, where the Bills finished with a 23-minute edge in time of possession. And
that was more like a boa constrictor or wrapping around his prey, man. I mean, like this is. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. No,
I mean, other than that Bo Nix pass, after that it was Buffalo's 40 time of possession. I'm going to keep on saying this time of possession. This is another one. Buffalo had the ball for 41 minutes. Denver had the ball for 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Sound like they went home already. Like,
hey, they're a young team, though. Listen, no passes, but that was a clear case of a older, more experienced team. Younger, less experienced team.
They're in the way. Mm-hmm. You're right. They're in the way. They was in the way. So Buffalo did what they were supposed to do. Shout outs to them. But it's gonna be what you seen on Sunday. That's not what you're gonna see on. Or that no. It's gonna be this is probably gonna be the best game
we hope so.
On the docket. We hope. But I don't even think you got to go around the room, because this game was awful.
I'm gonna just say this.
No, I'll just say. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this, like I said in the last game. Denver, 17 carries for 79 yards. Buffalo, 44 carries, 210 yards. That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go.
And the game was still close in the first half.
It was
when Denver mixed that field goal at the half.
10-7.
Which would have tied it up. But they stayed committed to the run, the Bills, and they like Josh Allen alluded to. He says, they played a balanced attack, and that's what they did. And I'm with you guys also. Denver's young, they're up and coming. Sean Payton, shout out to him.
Job. Yeah.
He got one in it. Phenomenal job. Bo Nix has played an outstanding season as a rookie. He's done this 25. Thing, but he put some pieces around him. Mike ain't gonna let that go.
College 18 years.
Hey man, shout out to the NCAA. They did this, but go ahead.
Yeah, they let cats play till they're 30. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't mad at bro.
I mean, he's 20. He's supposed to have more understanding of playbooks and he's 25. You've been playing organized for 15 years at this point.
Yeah,
he's 25.
Hey, some people are slow, man. I mean, slower than others, man.
I must say this. What does the DA always say about quarterbacks? Will you say, DA, that they play when they play? What's you saying? When they play over a certain amount of games,
they should be okay. When I think it's 32 games in college, they should per Bill Parcells. That dude played 5 years. Well, I think he did 4 years, or maybe 5. I think he did 2 or 3 at Auburn, or 2 and 3 in Oregon. Mm-hmm. Either way, one of them got 2 and one of them got 3. So I remember his first game when he was in Auburn. I think Oregon beat them 50-something to 3, which is weird, right? So, and then his first game in Oregon got beat 50-something to 3 by Georgia. So,
he played at Auburn. Yeah, he played from Auburn from 2019 to 2021, then transferred to Oregon for the last 2 years of his eligibility. And Mike, you're right, Mike. If you that age, 24, 25, you should have a level of understanding. You done played enough. You done have more reps, and you're doing your thing, man. So shout out to Bo Nick. Shout out to we'll hope so. And shout out to the Denver Broncos, man. They look like they're an up and coming team. No shame for them. Let me move on to the next game. From the city of brotherly love, Dallas Goddard fired one stiff arm to the Packers defenders, smacked them again. Then in a sports city known for its Broad Street bullies, dispatched one final shot to the face on his way to the end zone. Goddard refused to be stopped, and neither were the Philadelphia Eagles, in the game which they welcomed back Jalen Hurts and had the book on Green Bay. Hurts tossed 2 touchdown passes in his first game since late season concussion protocol. Goddard threw those 3 stiff arms on a rugged TD catch, and the Eagles rolled their NFL best defense to a 22-10 wild card playoff win Sunday night. Hurts threw for a modest 131 yards, but played with no hesitation in his return from a 3-week layoff after concussion in December. He started strong, 6 straight completions to open the game and held off the Packers with a 24-yard touchdown pass to Goddard in the third quarter, and will be forever stamped on the franchise's postseason hallelujah as he pushed around Carrington Valentine on his way for the score. That was really a fun play. He says it might my favorite touchdown of my career. Goddard said, I had one guy to beat, and I was able to do that, and I'm not ready to go home, and I was going to do whatever it took to help the team to get the W. Philadelphia defense handled the rest. From the numbers you got here, Jalen Hurts was 13 for 21, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. Love for the Packers, he was 20 of 33. Barkley, 25 attempts rushing for the Eagles and 119 yards. And Jacobs was 18 of 81 for the for Green Bay. I'll give it to E. Thoughts on the Eagles with their victory over the Pack?
So when you're playing a top-tier team like the Eagles, you cannot come in and turn the ball over the way Green Bay did and expect to win on the road. But that is exactly what happened in this ball game. We've said it all year long. Jordan Love is something not right. Man, you cannot throw that ball to the other team, especially in the playoffs, because there's no next week. This is it for you. So, man, the Eagles was a better team. I think everybody collectively picked the Eagles. It's not shocking to me. Congratulations. That's all. It's really nothing else really for me to say. This was cool.
Mills, what you got? The Eagles and the Packers. We'll go down real quick. Yes, this game was it.
The Eagles did what they were supposed to do. Their downfall is going to be that passing game, because at some point it's gonna, we know where it's going. Except the Packers. The Packers didn't know where it was going, but everybody knows where it's going. It's going right to that guy in the backfield, and the Eagles are going to get forced to throw the ball soon. And I want to see how they do that. especially when they play like a Detroit, a team that's high flying, or if they play Minnesota. Like, I want to see what they're gonna do because they're gonna get put on the spot soon. And Packers are a young team. They still got time to fix whatever they got going on because they stuff is like little stuff. Like, it's big, but it's little stuff. They didn't really win against no dominant teams this year, but you win the games you're supposed to win, and that's how you make the playoffs. So they had 2 top dogs in the division. So we'll see what's up next year with the Packers. But boy, them Giants, y'all let that man go for free. Lord have mercy, they let that man go for free.
Michael,
he ain't gonna let y'all live that with that.
I'm sorry, because like look what he did. Like look, look at what he did. Yo, he's controlled the game Mike, like he was the quarterback. Man, they let. But
he was not gonna do that in New York. He was either gonna get 8 in the box or he'll be hurt. So man,
yeah, we gotta mute Mike Mills' screen because he talking crazy right now. So. Hey man, I don't know how this got on the Giants, but
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
and he really muted his screen.
Yeah, I muted. Yeah, I did. I muted him. Listen, man, go ahead, Kev. Go on to the next game. I ain't got nothing for Mike.
Let Mike speak. Yeah, go let him speak. Let him speak. Unmute his mic, please. Go ahead, Mike.
For free. That's it. That's all I gotta say. For free.
For free.
For the free.
For the free.
Yeah, Mike. I don't know how you got on, John. We've been on record. We've been told. Hey, shout out to Twin Box. Hey, you want to go back and see what me, D-Dub, said about Daniel Jones and the whole thing? Y'all can go to Twin Box. We know what we said. Barkley was not going to do it with this Giant team as it was. Like he said, they was going to put 8 in the box, the other team, and he won't do nothing. So he got with a team that got a quarterback, 10, 11. He got with a team that has a quarterback that can play. And they had the Eagles' offensive line is second to none. And
the offensive line is way better than y'all's, but Jalen Hurts ain't been looking Jalen Hurts. He been looking real Daniel Jones, real lazy.
Well, he's been dinged up too, so I'll give him that.
Before that,
but he's getting it. He's getting the job done, man. So needless to say, I don't know how we got this to be a Giant segment, but
we shouldn't.
They suck. Yes. So let us move on. Shout out to the Eagles as they move on. Let me get to the best game of the weekend, man. From Tampa, Florida, new owners, new general manager, new coach, new franchise quarterback. That's the formula with the emphasis on the QB. That Washington road to playoff success at the nearly 2 decades of futility. Jaden Daniels ran for a critical first down to set up Zane Gonzalez's 37-yard field goal that clanged off the upright and went through as the time expired, and the Commanders beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20 in an NFC wildcard game on Sunday night for the franchise's first playoff win in 6,945 days. Daniels playing with a bandage beneath his right eye after his face was bloody because the third rookie quarterback in 3 years became the third rookie quarterback in 3 years to win a playoff game. The Commanders 13-5 will face the number 1 seed Detroit Lions next week in the divisional round. It means a lot, man. Daniel said you could just see all over the fans over here, man. They were waiting for this. They waited a long time for this moment and this feeling. So I'm just so happy for them. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers 10-8 missed several opportunities, and the veteran quarterback committed a costly turnover in the fourth quarter. The Bucs couldn't get a 1 yard on 2 tries from the Commanders' 12 and settled for a field goal to tie the game before Washington's winning drive. Daniels threw for 268 yards and 2 touchdowns, joining C.J. Stroud and Brock Purdy, you hear me, DA, as rookie quarterbacks to win playoff games in the past 3 seasons. Washington had won in the postseason since, get this, beating the Buccaneers in Tampa 17-10 in a wild card game back in 2006. The turnaround for the organization began when Daniel Snyder sold the team in 2023 to a group led by Josh Harris that includes NBA Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. They hired Adam Peters and coach Dan Quinn after their first season in control and selected Daniels with the number 2 pick in April. And from the numbers here, Washington, Daniels was 24-35, 2 TDs. Baker Mayfield, he was 15 of 18, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shout out to Washington. Here's a crazy stat I saw today. I'm trying to remember the source, but they said that Washington, the Commanders, have won the last 5 games on their last possessions. That is crazy. You go back to the Saints game. You go back to this game. You go back to the, what was it? I think it's the Hail Mary game. Yeah, they have
Chicago. What is that game?
Chicago game. Yeah, they have learned to eke scores out and just learn how to just play winning football. And shout out to Daniels. To me, he's another one Washington has put some things around him, and he's able to play at a really good level. And man, shout out to him, man. I think he's going to be the rookie of the year.
Should be.
Should be. Yeah, he should be the rookie of the year. So, yeah, your thoughts on the Commanders and the Buccaneers?
A good team. They have a lot of confidence.
Yes.
Their team was not built the same way, say, Chicago was with all the names. They just got a lot of good players, and they got the Heisman Trophy winner from last year. And he does Heisman-type things. And, he's not big time all the time, big plays. Sometimes it's just a 3rd and 2, and he runs for 3 and gets out. He did a lot of that this last game, just picking up first downs, keeping the ball moving, staying alive, long drives. So, yeah, I think that bodes well to winning games. And then winning the last 5 games, though they weren't out against great teams, they were not hot garbage the whole time. So what happens is when you do that, you get used to winning, and they did what they did yesterday. And, I'm not going to – I'll say it now because I'm probably not going to say anything else later, but I think they got a good chance against Detroit, believe it or not. Even though Detroit's been slamming dudes, styles make fights. So we'll see what they got. Because they still got 2 monsters in the middle. Like, their D-line still has some monsters on it.
100%.
So we'll see what they do.
100%. D-Dubs, your thoughts on this Commanders and Tampa Bay Buccaneers game?
Well, I told y'all, I said Washington, Jaden Daniels, he knows what, he knows what he knows. And he just might be that, that naive, and play so good that, they're not expecting to be there, or he's not expecting, this is the first time in the playoffs, and he don't know no better. And, his performance was great, good performance. Washington's performance, they stayed in the game, and I picked Washington to win. I just felt like they was better than Tampa Bay this year, and going into the playoffs, Commanders was playing really, really good football. But I think this is where next week is where the buck stops there. It stops right there immediately when they play the Lions. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. E, what you got on this game?
Well, being a former Washington football fan, this brought back the feels of RG3, man. I will say that all of this was possible when Daniel Snyder finally left the damn building. That's all I'm gonna say. Everything has been going their way. All of these comebacks and whatnot. The kid is so poised in the pocket. Even when I will say, I'm gonna say this. I started laughing because I thought about when you was reading the, reading over the game notes. Yo, that fumble by Baker Mayfield reminded me so much of Tony Romo. I just got tickled. I thought I was watching the Cowboys, man. Because if they don't fumble, if they score, I mean that almost puts it out of reach for Washington. I mean you have to score twice now. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But the poise that this kid has, and everybody around him has the same level of confidence that he has. That nonchalant bootleg where he should have been stopped 5 yards back, 94 was all over him, and he just politely shrugged him off and ran for the first down. Yo, man, this team is special. I'm not even going to just say this kid is special. This team is special. What happens next week? That is going to be David and Goliath. But I will say this: Detroit, do not play with this team. You better be out in front by at least 3 scores going into the fourth quarter. Because if you're only up 1 score or they're in the game, yeah, you're going to start sweating. And that song by Eminem is going to play. Arms are sweaty.
Yeah. Palms are sweaty. Spit up mom spaghetti.
Yo.
We got rap references tonight, man. We on it,
But
man.
it was a good season for Tampa Bay. Somebody had to
shout out
lose,
to Tampa,
man.
And
And
Baker had a great year too. So
Baker had a great year. He threw. I think I seen he threw over 40 touchdown passes. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So
Baker had a good year.
Hopefully they'll be able to, build off of what they had this year, next year, and see what goes on there. But this Washington team is special, Kev. That's what I got.
Just think about it. Baker Mayfield. He was with the Jets. Excuse me, with Carolina, and he's with the Browns.
He's with the Browns first.
Yeah, he's with the Browns, and then he went to Carolina. Two of the worst trash organizations. They are not trash organizations.
He was in LA for a hot minute too. He was with the Rams for a hot minute.
Yeah, for a hot second.
Yeah, he thought he was going to stay there though.
Yeah,
I like him in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I do too.
Mike, what's your thoughts? Okay.
Shout out to Tampa Bay. They played a good game, but the problem in this game is they problem all season. They turn over the ball. Like of all the teams in the playoffs, they had the worst turnover differential, and then they kept it clean, and they had one big turnover at the end. And especially after your team got a 4th down stop on the goal line, like you can't turn over the ball there, like you 100%. Cannot. So shout out to the Commanders. This was not supposed to be like this. This was a rebuild year technically, and they completely overachieved. But like y'all said, the buck stops next week against the Lions because the Lions are different. It's impressive that they're winning close like this, but it's harder to do and even harder to keep up, especially when you're playing a good team. The Lions are a good team, and the Lions can play either way. They can play slow or they can play fast and shoot you off the building. So, good luck to them. And Tampa Bay still got time because they're in a horrible division. So, they got time to get some more help on defense and get that team right.
Awful. Before we move on to our last story, the Rams and the Vikings, they're playing down in Glendale, Arizona at State Farm Stadium. They're playing there because of the wildfires in Los Angeles. Prayers for all those that are going through in LA. And but this game is 0-0, and they got the ball. The Rams got the ball at the Vikings 10-yard line, and they just jumped off sides. Let me get to this last story real quick, and this is from CBS Sports, and this is from America's team, as they say. They often say, after plenty of uncertainty, a decision that has been made in Dallas, the Cowboys have parted ways with head coach Mike McCarthy after 5 seasons. Dallas, meanwhile, is working quickly to replace its head coach. This is from CBS Sports NFL insider Jonathan Jones reports. Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones released a statement on Monday following McCarthy's departure, complimenting his former head coach and noting the team's next step. Throughout Mike McCarthy's tenure here, including the last several weeks, I've been very complimentary of the job he has done. That has applied to our record over that time period, our team unity and culture. Mike's qualification and track record of success, and on a personal level, as a tremendous human being, and I have great respect for Mike, and he has led the team through some very unique and challenging times during his tenure. Over the past week, Mike and I had the opportunity to conduct a joint review of all the aspects of the past season, and our players and our staff and all spent considerable time discussing the road forward for the team. These discussions were thorough and received an appropriate amount of time and depth to cover. Prior to reaching the point of contract negotiations, though, it became mutually clear that it would be better for each of us to head in a different direction. And I thank Mike, and I wish him and his wife, Jessica, and their family the best. They were a wonderful part of our community here, and we will commence in the search process immediately to hire the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
So that's the Arkansas thing? That's your Arkansas thing, huh? That's what that was, Kevin?
Okay,
you
crazy.
Two is gonna throw us the hell up out of here. You keep doing that kind of shit. All right, you got to stop that.
You got to give us a heads up, man. I almost spit soda all over my computer, man.
Yeah, we don't. That there was.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's stupid though.
Yes,
hey
man, that was crazy.
Hey, let me just real quick on this, man.
Go ahead.
There's no vision down there in Dallas, man. There's none. There's nothing. There's no type of leadership. I mean, I would ask that he's the owner, that he would give it to somebody who got some forward thinking and what's going on here. It's clearly that he's past his prime.
To the grave.
He's been past. Yeah, I mean, he needs to get somebody here who really knows what they're doing.
He said, "I'm taking this to the dirt, baby."
Yeah. He's one of those stubborn guys with the the gun in his hand, clutching over my dead body. That's Jerry.
It's coming.
Shout out to Jerry. He's trying. I can't get mad at it. He's trying, but there's no clear direction.
Trying to win.
Yeah, he's trying to win, but it's just no clear direction what they're trying to do.
He's not trying to win.
Well, yeah. It appears. Okay, how about this? It appears they're trying to win. I mean, I would. They paid Dak a lot of money.
They spending money. How about that?
Yeah, they spend a lot of money on Dak. It didn't pan out. He's hurt. They gave money to what's his name? CD Lamb. It's just a lot of stuff going on, man. It just seemed like the Dallas Cowboys are in disarray to me. But shout outs to Troy Aikman for calling out his former team, and he's pretty upset about it.
Yeah. Go coach then, Troy.
Yeah, well, he might come out that booth, man.
Nah, I doubt it. Let's make it down. Why would you? Why would you?
Maybe Dion come out to
coach that.
He's not.
Nobody want to coach that.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. I gotta look, man.
Yeah, Stephen A is shouting that hard, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Steve is not his friend, right?
Yeah.
Why would you tell your man to take a bad job? If that's your man, then why you telling him to take a bad job? That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You don't tell your friend to take a bad job. That's a bad job. Everybody knows it's a bad job.
That and the Jets job. Bad job.
Chicago Bears.
Bad job.
Cleveland Browns.
Bad job. Look, this is the way you do it. Bad boss equals bad job.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Bad job.
Residency.
Bad job.
Well,
it's the best of the. I would say I take the Raiders over a lot of those other jobs.
The best of the bad jobs.
The best.
Yes,
of the bad jobs.
But you could probably.
I would say an average job because it's one team better than everybody else in that division, right? But then you really could catch the other two because the Broncos don't play good against good teams, and Jim Harbaugh got the same problem as his brother. So you really could catch up in that division. It's not the worst. But
shout out to Mike. Mike said, "Yeah, Giants, bad job.
Bad job.
Yeah,
bad job." Mike, I'm sorry. Mike Mills? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean the running back killer is gone. He should have been gone because he can't run the football. And as we saw this weekend in the playoffs, every team that won ran the ball. Every team.
Thank you.
Every team that won ran. I'm gonna say. Every team that won ran the ball. Even if it was with your quarterback
in the back.
Even if it was with your quarterback, Commanders, shout out to them because I don't like Brian Robinson Jr. No offense, he might be a great person, but I don't like him as my starting running back. And I don't know why.
I don't think they got none else. I think they'll get one. Mike.
You got Eckler. Right? Listen, run some tosses and some screens, and you know what I'm saying. Make a run game. You got Eckler, but. Mike McCarthy, you can't win without running the ball and killing your running backs. So whoever they get down there needs to run the ball. In the rest,
they had a running back and they let him go because they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah, because look who the coach is. He kills them.
Man,
Pollard got out of there. Smart man. Well, he almost killed Pollard. Pollard didn't really have a good year last year, did he?
Nope.
Yeah. Point proven.
Run him in the ground.
Go ahead.
Well, he went to Tennessee, so that's not really saying much.
And he went for a bag.
Man. Jerry, until Jerry gets it out of his head that it's going to be his way or the highway, it'll be no way because your team will not win that way. You tried and you tried and you tried.
That was a ball, kid.
I'm sorry, man.
You're not going to win that way, man. Like everybody said, man. You need to get some football minds in there and sit down and just open your checkbook. That's all you got to do. Don't continue to be Daniel Snyder. You see what happened to the Commanders once Daniel Snyder left the building. Do you want to be that guy once you're out God forbid, when you pass away and then the Cowboys start winning? Is that what you want to see? Think about that, Jerry. And I'm not advocating because I can't stand you or your team. I ain't got nothing against Jerry. I can't stand your team. But sorry, Derek. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Point blank, period. Gotta get some people that knows football, that get some people in there, have a vision, and get out of the way. That's it.
I don't understand, man. The man has to die.
Oh, God.
Well,
No, listen, man. I got nothing against that dude, B. But he's already told you that. Like, yo, dog, I'm not stepping aside for nothing. It's my goddamn money. He said it. He has said it. This is my bread. I will spend it buying what I want to buy.
Well,
your bread is stale, sir.
Well, your bread is stale. It's got green.
You know what? What I told y'all years ago, billionaires are never wrong. They'll tell you that.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
And well, you know what? On that note, it's your money. Spend your money how you
Your money.
Yeah, you know what? Bad job. We'll see what the Dallas Cowboys take. We'll be back on tomorrow night. Our Thursday night show will be moved to Tuesday. We'll have Sports Chasers podcast. We'll be live tomorrow. No show on this Thursday, but we'll be live tomorrow. We'll be talking about some other things, going on some other sports, man. So listen, we're going to get on out of here on behalf of myself. I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator, for the DA, for the Angry One, for D-Dubs, for Mike Mills, and for Dan K, the hockey dude in his absence, man. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. We see y'all tomorrow at 7:30 tomorrow night. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.